Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we are going to start a project in Houdini, and that is a tower project. As this is a basic series, I have not touched two things, and the first one is point warp. I have not used point warps here because I think that is bit complex for new people. And the second thing is attribute triangle. I have also not used attribute triangles because that is the part of the programming part, and the people who are starting in Houdini, they are really good in the Vex part. So first of all, I'll just show you what we are going to create in this project, and then I will start with this. So I have chunked it down to some videos. So we are going to complete within a few videos, and I will try to explain each and everything in a proper manner so that most of you can understand things, properly. Okay, so let's jump into Houdini, and then I'll show you what we can do with this, a small project, a fun project, I think, fun. So I have created a controller in this, and then I'll show you what we can do in this one. So this whole part, this is the tower, and this whole part is chunked down to two parts. The first part is the tower part, and the second part is rooftop, whatever you call it, but I have named it rooftop. Okay, so second is rooftop and the first part is tower top. So if you don't want to take maybe the rooftop and this is the controller, then you know tick off here. Okay, this is called a checkbox, and then the rooftop will be gone. So in the first video, in this particular video, we are going to create the tower part. Okay, so let's see what we can do with the tower part. So I can come here and then I can change the radius of the tower. Okay, I can change the radius of the tower, and I can change the number of bricks in the tower. Maybe not only the tower, we can create a cartoonish well from this one. So if we keep this thing, top radius of the tower to 1, that is the 0 value. Okay, then we can create some sort of well from this, and then I'll keep the number of bricks to 3, and then see, you can go ahead with that. And not only that, maybe here what you can do, maybe height of the brick you can change here. Okay, so I can keep this value high. Okay, and then I can change the rotation here, rotation of the bricks, if I make it 0, then this will be like this, and maybe I can change it to 5. Okay, so that will be the randomness of that to keep this strong. And the roundness of the brick is also there, like I have given some bevel in bricks, so that can also be tackled here, right? And then this is the top part, so maybe, and then thickness is also there, thickness of the brick is also there, that is inner thickness I have given here. So if I keep the inner thickness to 1, I think zero point 0.9, and I have given the maximum value, then this will be like this. And then if I give the top radius of the tower to 0, then that can be the top of the hut, maybe, if you want to create. Okay, so this will be like this. Fine. So maybe you can create a few more things with the help of this. And okay, so let's increase number of bricks here to make it 50, and then this will be the tower part. Okay, like this. So this will be the tower part. Okay, so let's create this tower, and then in the next class we'll be going to rooftop. So suppose if you want to get a glimpse of this, then we can check this on, and then the toyish kind of rooftop will come, and then we can change a few things here, like the radius of the rooftop. Okay, so that we can increase from here or we can decrease it. Okay, the roundness of the rooftop is there, and then we can you know change the roundness of this. Maybe if I want to keep it simple and very low poly, then we can do this. Okay, so this is the roundness. Okay, and we can increase this value also, and along with this we can change the thickness of the base. So this is the base part, so we can change the thickness of this. When we can keep it high or low, and then we can change the roundness of the base. That means I have given some poly bevel here, and we can increase or decrease this value also. Okay, and apart from that, I have maybe given here two different types of boundaries. Maybe I have given them boundary 1 and boundary 2, so they are also there. So like height of boundary 1 is there, so this is boundary 1. Okay, so you can change, increase and decrease the height of this, and then height of boundary 2 is there, then you can also decrease and increase this value. Okay, apart from that, I have also added one more thing. Maybe so stones of boundary 1 out of stones, out of stone 2. Okay, so that means this is 1 out of 4 will be the part of boundary 1. Okay, and then 3 will be part of boundary 2. So if I increase maybe not one stone, so see, out of 4, that means these are out of 4 and 1 will be the part of boundary 1 and 3 will be part of boundary 2. So if I keep it, maybe if I keep it 2, and then if I want to keep it 2, and then I want to take 1, that means 1 will be the part of boundary 1 out of 2. Okay, so that means 1 will be this boundary 1 and the other will be boundary 2. Boundary 1, boundary 2, boundary 1, boundary. That means alternatively the bricks, the stones will be part of boundary 1, and then that means even number or whatever you call it, odd number, will be boundary 1 and boundary 2. So that is one thing. Here I have also given maybe the thickness or something. I have not connected this part, but we are going to do it. So that is going to cover the thickness of the stones here. Okay, so we can also change that value here. So that's the part of the rooftop. If you don't want the rooftop part, then you can check this off, and then that will be gone, and then you can use it for some other kind of purpose. Along with that, so many other things are also there, but I didn't cover them. I didn't want to make it a very long project. That is a fun project, that is for the people, for the students who just want to start, and they want to cover something. The best part here is, mm, the whole tower and the rooftop are procedural, so we can go inside and then we can change whatever we like here. So I have tried to cover so many things here. So let's just start. Okay, so I'll take a new file here, and then we'll start it. Okay, so I'll take a geometry, and then I'll name it as tower. Tower. Okay, enter, go inside, and we'll take, first of all, we'll take circle. We'll take circle, and then we'll take it to ZX plane, and then I'll change this primitive type to polygon. Okay, so that means the normal of the surface are on the other side of that, and sometimes normal creates problems. So to get rid of that kind of thing, though we don't require that thing, but still I want to do it. So I will use reverse node for that, so it will reverse the normals. Okay, so now normals are towards this side, in the positive axis of y. Okay, so here I am going to change a few things in circle also. uh, so scale will be like this, 1 is fine, or maybe we can change it to maybe 4 or something. Okay, and then number of divisions, I'll keep it to 24. Okay, and then I will change the arc type to open, like this. So if it is open and if I don't use this reverse node, that is not going to affect it. Okay, so we can get rid of that thing, that's fine. So okay, so that's this circle part. So now I will go to, so I will just click here because this shows the points. So these points are here, and then I will also show point number, and for that I will click here. So these are point numbers, okay, 0 to 23. These are point numbers, and then I'll come here and change this to yeah, I will also like to see how many primitives are here. So these are points only. So I will, for primitive, I will click here. This is primitive number. So when you click here, you don't see any primitive here, but you can see one primitive here. You can see this primitive here. I can increase this, the value of this a little. So I will press D for visualization, and then I will go to guides, and then I will go to point marker size. I can increase this point marker, and then I will go to guide font, and then I'll make it large. Okay, so to this point you can see that thing. Okay, so I think now this is visible to everyone. So now these are points and this is primitive. So wherever 2 points are connecting together, whenever 2 points are coming together, they are joined by a segment. Okay, but throughout the whole circle there is only a single primitive. Okay, and that is the problematic area. I want a single primitive. I want a primitive between these two segments. Whenever a line is there, and that means a segment is there. Segment is the part of the line between 2 points. So I want a primitive on each segment. So for that, that is the biggest thing here. So for that we are going to use another node, and the node is convert line. Okay, so this node, what this is going to do, this is going to change segment between 2 points into a primitive. Okay, so for now there is only a single primitive in the whole circle, and as soon as I apply this convert line node, this is going to change every segment into a different primitive. So click here, and now you can see that. Okay, so these all are different primitives, and that is what I wanted. This is the base of the whole project. Okay, so that is one part. So now what I want to do, I don't want to work on the whole circle at once. I want to get into each primitive at a time, and then I want to work on that primitive. That is what I want. So what I will do, for that I will start a loop. So I will get into a loop. How I'm going to do it? Press tab, and then we will take for each loop. Okay, so because we want to change the primitive, so I will go, and then I will go and go to for each primitive, and then press enter. Okay, so then we will be getting this loop, this for loop, and then we are going to you know tackle each primitive separately. So I will connect this here to the input of the first one, and then I'll go here and make some space here. So I will click here in the first one, and that will select the first loop here, and the first primitive here, and the first primitive is zero primitive. All right, so first primitive is zero primitive. So we can go here till last, and then we can come here and then click here in the single pass. Okay, and as soon as you click, you are going to get zero primitive, and then we can change the value also. Okay, like these different ones. So because one primitive is selected at time, so whatever you change, that will be zero primitive. Okay, so but we don't need it. Okay, we are going to click here, and then that will be working. So whatever we are doing on this primitive, that process will continue to each primitive till all the primitives are over. Okay, so we have to work on a single primitive, right? So now I will come here, and then what I'm going to do, I am going to because I want to give some sort of thickness. So for that I'll have to create a surface. So what I'm going to do, I will take a transform node, I will take a transform node and then click here. Okay, and then this make this uniform scale 2.99, something like that. Okay, and then I'll take a merge, and then I connect these two values with a merge. Okay, so here I am getting these two. So I can change this value even more to, I can make it from 992.95. So in that manner I can increase this value, the distance between these two segments here. And now, because these are two different lines for now, okay, so I am going to give them a surface. And how I am going to do that? And for that I'm going to add one more node, and that is called skin node. So skin, skin, and what it does, it creates a surface between two segments, between two lines. Okay, so add this and then press here, and then we are going to get a surface. Okay, so that is surface, but the normals are on the opposite side. So what we will do, we will take a reverse node which we used before. So that is reverse node. Okay, so add this here, and now we have this one. And now what I am going to do, I am going to apply one poly extrude on this. Poly extrude on this. Okay, so poly extrude, and then add it here, and then click on poly extrude, and then give it some value. So I will go in the distance and I will change it a little. I will give it some thickness, maybe like this. Okay, thickness like this. Okay, right. So this will be height of brick. This will be height of brick. Okay, so and then I want to add um, some roundness, some beveling uh, to this brick, and for that I will be using a poly bevel node. Poly bevel. Okay, poly bevel here. Click, and then I will take this. Maybe that will be, what was the value here? That is this one. That is this one. Okay, that is the height of the brick. Fine. That is the height of the brick, and and this is the thickness of the brick. Thickness of brick. Thickness of brick. Okay. So if I change this value here, if I reduce this value more, that means the thickness of the brick is going to be changed. Okay. So that will be 0.95. I'll keep it 95 for now. Later on we can change it. Right. Fine. So I'll go to bevel and then change this distance, that is 0.002, like this, or 0.005, and then I'll give it some segments, 3, and that's fine. Okay, that is fine. Okay, so that is the beveling or a roundness on the brick, and then I am going to get more copies. So if I click here in the last one, this is what I am going to get. So for now I don't require this, or even the 0.1. This is what I have for now. Okay, one more thing we have to do, we have to maybe we have to click here in this height of the brick, and then we'll change this output back so that this will be closed. Otherwise we are going to get into some sort of problem. Okay, so this is roundness of brick. Okay, these things will help us later on connecting with the controller. Okay, so that is roundness of brick. And now we are going to get copy node, copy transform. Okay, copy transform, right? So copy transform. Okay, so okay, so now what this will do, this will increase number of copies here. So I'll make it maybe 5 copies, and then these 5 copies are one onto other one. Okay, so that is like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to change value here, maybe 0.2. Okay, so how we will come to know that what is the height of that, and then we can definitely and we can very easily come to that one, that is the height of the brick, right? That is the height of the brick. So we can come here, and then I want to connect this value here, okay, to that value there, transform of y. Okay, so I'll come here, right click here, copy parameter, and now I'll come here in this one, and then right click and paste relative references, and then I will get rid of this part, and then press enter. And in that manner, there'll be bricks on one on another. Okay, that is one thing. And now I want to give some rotation in the bricks. Okay, so I will come here in the rotation of y. This is what is there. Okay, so I will keep this value here, and then later on I am going to connect this value with the controller. Okay, so for now I will keep it to maybe 5 or something like that, and just this. Okay, just this. Fine. So now I'll come here and then click here, and then the tower is here. So now if you want to increase this value, so first of all I will increase the height of the brick, and click here and then change this value. Okay, so that will change the height of the brick. Okay, height of the brick, and then this is the thickness of the brick. Okay, thickness of the brick, right? So now you can keep on increasing this value. So we can come here in the copy, and then we'll change the number to maybe 20, like this, or maybe 50, like this. Okay, so now I want to maybe taper it a little. So then this part is over. Okay, and then I will come out of that loop, and then I will use the taper, linear taper, or you can take uh, this bend, and then this is actually bend, and then later on maybe you can choose taper from that. So linear taper is there, and then okay, so we are here in the taper, so we can change this value here. So this is one, so if I reduce this value, excuse me, okay, that's fine. So why it is happening? Okay, no problem. Why it is happening? Because direction is different. That is why. So I'll come here, and first of all I will change the capture direction. This is y direction, so I'll change it from z to y, and now this is capture direction. Now we will increase or decrease this value. Now why this thing is happening? Because capture length is very small. Okay, so now we'll have to match the length of this tower to the capture length, so maybe I cannot go here all the time and then increase this value. Okay, that means we'll have to measure this value every time whenever we are changing any kind of attribute, the height of that is the number of bricks. That means every time it should change itself. Okay, so for now we can do that maybe, and I don't know what is the exact value. Maybe I cannot go on and click on the set capture reason and then change these things. So I'll have to come here and take that thing here. Okay, so how we are going to do that. First of all, we'll have to measure, we'll have to take one value, that is the height of the brick. That is one thing, that not height of the brick. Okay, you can say height of the brick, or maybe the distance of this brick. Okay, that is the height of the brick. So I will come here and then take the height of the brick. Okay, so height of the brick is, like, height of the brick is uh, this one. So I'll come here and then take this thing and right click here and then copy parameter, and then I'll go to this one and then press at the uh, capture length. So right click here and then paste a relative reference. Okay, and then delete this value and press enter. Okay, so that is first thing. And now I want to, this is the height of one brick only, and that is why this is showing like this. Okay, so height of one brick, and then you want to you want to reach to the top of the tower. That means you will have to collect height of all the bricks here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply this height of one brick to the number of total bricks. Okay, so how we are going to do total bricks? We are going to get total bricks, and then for that we will go to copy one, and then we'll capture total bricks from here, copy parameter, and then I'll go back to this taper, and then I'm going to multiply this value asterisk sign, and then right click here and then paste relative references and then press enter. So now the total height is, now you are here, okay. So now this is not going to be a big issue, check it out. Okay, so now this value is here till this will go till top, and this is going to, so whenever you are changing number of bricks here from copy, okay, whenever you are changing this value, this taper value, this capture length will be changed every time here. Now check it out, so now this will be changed. Okay, so in that manner we are going to tackle this situation here, right? So that's fine. So now the tower part will be completed as soon as we create a controller, and then we control everything from the controller. So that's what we are going to do now. So first of all, I will increase the height for now, and then we are going to create the controller. So I will come here and then make this value 250, and okay, so that's what we are going to do. Okay, okay. So now what we have here, we'll go here and take a null and take a null and then name it controller. Okay, and then I'll go here and then collect all the things over there till the moment we have created. So I will select the controller, and I will go here. Okay, this is edit parameter or create parameter, so we'll go here and edit parameter interface is there. Click here and then we are going to create parameters here. So This is select copy and this, and then come here and then click this checkbox, and this will be invisible. And then okay, so now we are going to create all the controllers here, all the parameters here. So now first of all we will take a folder, okay, and drop it here, and then we will name the folder here in these values. Okay, so that will be the internal name of this, and we can use that name in the vex in the programming part. And then this is the display name. Okay, so here I'll keep the name very short and in small letters, and then here I can maybe display anything I like. Okay, so this is maybe tower. Okay, and this is TOWR tower. Okay, and then we'll click here apply. Okay, so this will be like this tower is here, so I'll keep it like this. Okay, so that you can see it, right? And now we are going to start with the radius of tower. So radius of tower is a float value, a value which comes in decimal. So we will take, for that we will take a float value, so we'll take this float. Okay, and then we'll drop it here on tower, so that this will come within tower. Okay, so now I'll go here, and that is radius of tower, that is radius of tower, ROT. Okay, and this will be radius of tower, so that maybe people can understand what they are going to do. Okay, so that is radius of tower, and then I'll click apply, and then it will come here. Okay, so the next thing is number of bricks. Number of bricks is not a float value, that is a number, and that number is a counting number. Okay, so for that counting number we will take integer. So search integer, and this is integer, and then I'll go and drop in the tower, so it will come here, and this is number of bricks, that is number of bricks, NOB, and this will be number of bricks, number of bricks. Okay, and then apply. Okay, so the third thing is height of brick. Okay, that is again a float value, height of brick, height of brick, right? And then apply. And then after that, that is bricks rotation, that is again a float value. uh, okay, that is bricks rotation, bricks rotation. Okay, and apply. And then inner thickness of bricks, inner thickness of brick, and then roundness of brick, and then top radius of tower, and these all are float values. Okay, so that is inner thickness of brick, inner thickness of brick, and then roundness of brick, roundness of brick. You can keep the name, according to your choice. Maybe I have given some random names, maybe they might be of your liking or not. Maybe I have just given what I thought was, better, and you can, change your names. So the last one is top radius of tower. So apply and then accept, and then we are here. So these all are different parameters of this tower, and whenever we have to make any kind of change here, okay, so we can change from here, right? So now go and fix those things. Okay, so now I'll come here, and first of all I have to control the radius of tower. So I will come here and then right click, copy parameter, and now I'll go from where I can change the radius of the circle. So I will go in the circle, and then I will come here in the uniform and right click and then paste a relative reference. Okay, and then press enter. All right. All right. Okay, so the value here is 0 right now. So we have to give some value, uh, we have to, secure the, this model. And in that manner, we'll have to give some value. Maybe at least it should be 1. Okay, it should not come down below 1. So we'll keep this value 1, or maybe for now I'll keep it 4. And then what I will go inside it and then change this value. I will lock this value to 1. Okay, the minimum value. So I'll come here, edit parameters. I will select this radius of tower, and then I will go here in this section range. Okay, I will keep this initial value to 1. Okay, and then lock this part so that no user can go below this thing. So apply this thing, and now I want to go maybe 2.5, and then I can't go because the minimum value is 1. So in that manner you can secure your model or whatever kind of you know procedural things you are creating, right? So that is radius of tower, and the number of bricks. Okay, and the number of bricks. So we can't keep the number of bricks to 0. Okay, so at least we'll have to keep somewhere, maybe 2 or 1 or whatever. So if you want to make it, maybe I will keep the least value to 1. Okay, so and then I will go here. So number of bricks, and that value will be 1, minimum value, and I will lock it. Okay, if you don't lock it, then user will even go down below that, and then I will apply it here. And then now I have to change this value. So I will think, okay, from where I can change this value. So I will go to number of bricks. That's so easy. So I will go to copy, and then I will, paste relative reference here. Okay, and then enter. Okay, and then enter. So, one will be the value. Okay. Okay, so this is for, because yeah, I have given this for, so I can come back here in the controller. Okay, and I will change this value. So number of bricks. Okay, number of bricks. Okay, so I'll go here, right click here, copy parameter, and then I'll go here in the copy, and then do it again, and then paste relative reference, and then excuse what I did something wrong. Okay, so maybe if I want to change this value, I will delete this channel and then make this value 1. See. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, maybe I'll go to this. Sorry, I did a mistake, maybe somehow. So that is number of bricks. So I will go here and then copy parameter, and then go in the copy, and then total number, paste relative reference, and enter. So that is one value will be number of bricks. Okay, so that is 2. So if I go below, so it will not go below 1. Okay, and then we can change that value, and then this will be changing like this. So I will keep this minimum value, maximum value to 100, and I will not lock it. That will be the default value. That means you can go, otherwise your slider will be finished within 10. Maybe though you can maybe write down more values, but I will keep the, basic value here to 10, and then I am not going to lock it, so that maybe if user wants, they can go even above that values, and then we will apply that. So that means now we are still having so much space, so that we can change this value easily. Otherwise we don't write, we don't have to write down the value here, because your level has gone, the top level. Okay, so the next, the height of the brick, and so we'll keep this height to 0.1 for now, and then I will copy parameter, and that is the height of the brick, and I think this is the height of the brick. No, this is thickness of brick. So see, so now this is helping us right now. So this is the height of the brick. So I'll go here and then paste relative reference, and then I will remove this value. Okay, so that is the height of the brick. Okay, fine. And now we can go and change this value, right? That's cool. Okay, so next is brick rotation. So I'll come here in this one, and then I'll go here and keep the brick rotation to 3. Okay, and then maybe there is no need of changing it right now, we can change it anytime. So I just want to keep it, for that. So if even if it is 0, that is fine, that is not going to affect the whole thing. Or so I'll come here and right click and then copy parameter, sorry. Okay, so brick rotation, that is right click and copy parameter, and then I'll come here in this one, and then here I'm going to rotate Y, that is the value. So paste relative reference. Okay, and then enter. So see, so because the rotation is 0, so every brick is on top of the other, and so we'll go to this one, and then I'm going to change this value brick rotation to 5, 6, 7, or whatever you like. Okay, so that is brick rotation. And the next thing we are going to do is brick after brick rotation is inner thickness of brick. Okay, that is inner thickness. Okay, so that is 0.1 for now. So I'll take this value and copy parameter, and that is thickness of brick, and that is here. So we are going to change the scale of that. And how can we see that inner thickness? We can see from here. Okay, so I'll come here, right click, and then paste relative reference, and then enter. Check it out. Okay, so that is one, and we will keep this the maximum value. Okay, so that is inner thickness, so 0.02. Okay, so okay, so when you increase this value, this will be decreasing. Okay, I am not taking it out of it because this is inner thickness, I don't want to make it outer thickness. So I will keep it, I will keep the maximum value to point 0.9, point 0.9, or maybe 0.95. Okay, 0.95, I will keep it the maximum value. So I will go here, and that is inner thickness, and then I'm going to make it 0.95, and then lock it. And then I'm going to make it 0.01, or maybe 0.01, and then lock it again. So here I will lock both the things and then apply. Okay, so this is maximum value. Okay, and then this one is minimum value. Okay, so I will keep the value, between that. All right, that's cool. So that is inner thickness of brick, and then roundness of brick. So here we have this roundness for now, so we'll give it. Okay, so this is roundness, so we'll give it 0.002 or something initial value, and then right click, copy parameter, and then roundness will be here in the poly bevel. Okay, and then I will come here. Okay, so right click and then paste relative reference. Okay, so right, so I will come here and see what value can I give it to this one. So I will come here and then uh, let's keep it 0.1, and this is a very high value, so I will keep it 0.01, and zero point 0.01 inner thickness, no sorry, that is zero point 0.8. So that is inner thickness, and then I'll come here and I'll make it 0.01. Okay, so I will keep this 0.01 is the maximum value. So I'll come here, roundness of brick, you can experiment on your own and you can change the thing. So I will keep this 0.01 the maximum value and lock it, and then 0.001 will be the minimum value here, and then I will apply it right like that. Okay, so the last is top radius of tower, and then that will be top radius. Okay, this radius. So from where I can get that thing? That is from taper, of course. So I'll come here, and this is the taper value. So 1 is, that means there is no tapering, and then if I take it down from there, that will be, you know, that will be like this, and if I go out of that, that will be like that. Okay, so I will keep this value, like I will take this value from here. So I'll go to this one, controller, and then right click, copy parameter, and then paste relative reference. Okay, and then we'll paste it here. Okay, so that's the value. So now I will go to my controller and I can change from here. So this is, if this is 0, this is going to create a cone. So we'll keep it like this, maybe 0.8 and something like that. Okay, so now the whole thing is done. Apply and accept, and now your model is ready. Your tower is ready. So radius of the tower, that is this one. Okay, that is number of bricks. You can decrease it and you can increase it to any length. Okay, and that is the height of the brick, maybe like that, or maybe keep it down like this, and then bricks rotation like this, and then inner thickness of brick, that means we can check it from here, and then roundness of brick, we can check it from here, sorry, we can check it from here. Okay, and then at last we have the top radius of tower, and that is this one. Okay, so in this video, this was all I had for you. I hope you have liked till this point. So if you have liked the tutorial, so please give your comments. So let's jump to other one. Thank you very much.